Some foundational ideas about determining your strategic goals. First off, a goal is how we break down a strategic objective, and they're how we sort of operationalize strategy by defining it into distinct components that are executable and measurable. The benefits of breaking it down is it allows us to still be cross-functional in how we view the organization, but a bit more specific. The dilemma is that some organizations believe that strategy is the sum of the goals. But in fact, an overall outcome like customer satisfaction, if I add up each of the goals within customer sat, the actual customer sat number may still be significantly different. So understand the goals are components of it, but you still may need to measure the overall strategic objective. The most important aspect is this, that we're measuring using what the scientists call affective theory. Affective theory is how we create a framework that deals with observable phenomenon without describing in detail the underlying processes. Best example of this is a physical concept like gravity. We could analyze the impact of gravity on each molecule of each cell of your body, but some of the generalized concepts we have around gravity work for most instances. Obviously, as we approach the speed of light, they no longer work. But for typical day-to-day use, good enough. We're going to be using affective theory here. We know that we can drill into endless precision on all these areas, but what we're trying to do is understand general frameworks of how we can describe the performance that we observe without drilling into that detail. To do this, we've learned that if we take any objective like cost innovation, there are sort of two components. And different people approach the problem in different ways. Some people like to think in terms of critical success factors. What are the things that we do and manage that are critical to achieving that overall objective? Another group of people tend to think of things in terms of goals. What are the performance groupings that we're looking at within that strategic objective? What we do know is the strategic objectives, if you execute them, will generate the goals. So some people prefer to approach this from the left, some from the right. I'll show you what I mean. If we take that objective of cost innovation, I might have a critical success factor like process improvements. If we don't do process improvements, we won't get cost innovation. If we do process improvements, we'll achieve goals such as cost reduction or productivity increases. So that's thinking from the left to the right. List your critical success factors, then you can identify the goals. Some people, though, like to go from right to left. What are the goals? Like, in order to do cost innovation, we need to be able to do activity-based cost allocation so we can deliver that specialized and differentiated service to different customers. Well, what do we need to do in order to achieve activity-based cost allocation? We now move to the left to say, well, a critical success factor is we must implement ABC. So this process allows us ultimately to list the critical success factors, which we'll use in phase 4, the driver-based planning module. The goals, the things on the right here, are what we need for this activity, which is what are the strategic goals that we now need to measure. So this work allows the team to develop the list of goals, but also sow the seeds for work we'll need later on.